Hello team, welcome to the Sugarland District Monday morning meeting for April 7th, 2014. Before we get started, we would like to start off with a quote that as we start the second quarter, I feel fits right into what our team is about. Unity is strength. When there is teamwork and collaboration, wonderful things can be achieved, by Maddie Stepnack. For today's meeting, as always, we will start by announcing our top associates for week 14. Then we will review this week's training information, which will include understanding employer uncertainty, the big three, reframing the conversation. Then we will wrap the meeting up with a message from our CIT team, any questions any one of you may have, and finally, we will sync our calendars for the week. Our district top associates are at first place, Kelvin Okananka, at second place, Angela Hernandez, and finally at third place, Larry Rangel. Congrats and hats off to you. Healthcare reform remains a hot topic, and as it opens up huge sales opportunity, it also introduces new objections you need to be ready for. Knowing which stumbling blocks most decision makers are facing and having simple responses to quickly and confidently respond to them increases your consultative selling ability. Today we'll cover the 3 healthcare reform objections you're likely to face and techniques to help you turn a responsive no into let's go. The materials and tactics we're discussing are based on real objections and real responses that have proven successful for your peers who are using healthcare reform in their sales strategy. The first step in addressing healthcare reform objection is understanding what the objections are, and more importantly, where they're coming from. You do this with a simple conversation. Healthcare reform is a complex and sensitive subject, so it's important that you emphasize and listen before jumping into sales mode. During your conversation, you need to ask probing questions to uncover the real reasons behind the objections. Connect with your prospects by looking at concerns from their perspective so you can better understand why they feel the way they do. Keep things moving by steering the conversation towards taking positive action instead of solely focusing on challenges, both perceived and real. The big 3, objections to be ready for. Although your client's needs differ, you'll consistently hear 3 healthcare reform objections no matter what industry or account size you're talking to. Know what to expect and how to respond to help build credibility as a trusted benefit advisor. Here are the big 3. We'll wait and see. The wait and see syndrome is the most common stumbling block you'll come across. Uncertainty and changing regulations make it difficult for even the most confident individuals to decide on a course of action. You have resources and tools to help employers understand healthcare reform, and more importantly, you have the Aflac products that can benefit their employees, now and in the future. Your job is to help accounts understand there is no need to wait for Aflac. Healthcare reform will most likely continue to encounter delays and changes, just as Aflac will continue to help employees with costs associated with covered illnesses and injuries. My employees can't afford it. The pricing objection isn't new, but healthcare reform takes it to another level. Individuals who must now buy major medical coverage may think they won't be able to afford new or existing voluntary insurance. But the flip side is, can they afford not to have it? Aflac works hard to keep products priced competitively. Your job is to show employers how Aflac can be a cost-effective way to help employees with out-of-pocket costs that may occur from an unexpected illness or injury. We're not offering insurance. Even if an employer isn't making major medical insurance available, they still need to make sure their employees get information about healthcare reform. And even if they don't make major medical insurance available on site, their employees still need to be covered. As a benefits advisor, you have information, tools, and products that help them understand and meet these needs. Reframing the conversation. When you tackle tough topics like objections, consider reframing or placing the point of view in a different context. It's basically looking at something in a different way. Let's take a look at how this can work with the 3 common objections. Just remember to make sure you restate the objections as a decision maker did, so he or she knows you're clearly listening. Objection 1. We're waiting to make benefits decisions because we don't know what will happen with healthcare reform. Now here's the objection reframed. With all the uncertainty and change out there, it's natural to feel hesitant. But no matter what happens with healthcare reform, these facts don't change. Out-of-pocket medical expenses are going to remain a concern. Healthcare reform and major medical insurance won't protect against loss of income, but Aflac short-term disability plans can help. Objection number 2. Now that my employees have to pay for medical insurance, they won't be able to afford voluntary insurance. Spending a little more today can make a big difference if the unexpected happens and the bills start rolling in. Aflac plans are designed to fit most budgets and offer your employees a financial safety net for covered illnesses or injuries. Finally, objection number 3. You decided not to make major medical insurance available through our benefits package. Here's the objection reframed. Even though you're not making major medical insurance available, you still need to make sure your employees get information about healthcare reform. I have access to communication tools that can help you with this. I'd also like to tell you more about Aflac and how our competitively priced products can help give your employees added security. Effectively overcoming objections will separate high performers from low ones. Use the information and tools we've discussed today to hone your own consultative skills and turn a no into a let's go. The material is intended to provide general information about an evolving topic that does not constitute legal, tax, or accounting advice regarding any specific situation. Aflac cannot anticipate all the facts that a particular employer or individual will have to consider in their benefits decision-making process. We strongly encourage readers to discuss their healthcare reform situations with their advisor to determine the actions they need to take, or visit healthcare.gov for additional information. Healthcare.gov can also be contacted at 1-800-318-2596. In closing, let's get together, sync our calendar for the week. Let's keep increasing our activity both in cold calls and nominations. Please feel free to bring up any questions or concerns to myself or the management team. And don't forget to report your weekly activity by 4:30 on Friday for your chance to win our district contest, which was announced last week. Team, I am honored to be your district sales coordinator. Let's keep up the momentum, and happy selling.